Hi and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be doing a channeled love letter from your person. So there are three groups to choose from. Group 1 is the Fluorite, along with this envelope. Group 2 is the Fairy Quartz, along with this envelope. And group 3 is the Cobra Jasper, along with this envelope. So if you want to take a moment to center, focus on your breathing, and feel whichever group, maybe multiple groups, or perhaps all of the groups that you're most drawn to, I'll give you a minute to make your selection, and then we'll get right into it. And there are timestamps in the description box of the video if you would like to jump ahead. Hi, Group 1. You chose the Fluorite, and this is your channeled love letter that we will take a look at in a moment. I'm going to start with some tarot to get a feel about the current energies between you and this person, some clues about who they are, some zodiac signs for Group 1. Okay, so we have the Nine of Swords, the Knight of Swords, Eight of Wands, Two of Wands, Six of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Seven of Cups, and the Devil. So this definitely could be somebody that you had some kind of a fight with the Knight of Swords and the Eight of Wands. Harsh words could have been spoken, things that one or both of you may regret were said, things that were very impulsive. This could also be somebody who really denied feelings for you, or in some way kind of pushed you away without really being clear and concise about the motivations behind that. Again, a lot of that could have been largely fear-based with the Devil here, maybe fear of the intimacy between the both of you, somebody who with the Six of Pentacles had kind of an issue with intimacy, or just was kind of lacking in some skills as far as kind of the right way to express feelings, to work through these things, or somebody who wasn't very comfortable or experienced with opening their heart and giving in a reciprocal manner to a connection. The Two of Wands here, this is really talking about a period of decision also with the Seven of Cups, where there's kind of this urge to either come forth with an apology Also with that Six of Pentacles here, and then with this person holding that coin, that pentacle. So this person may know that an apology is owed. You could really sense this. You could be anticipating this, anticipating communication from this person. Maybe they have been reaching out to you telepathically or in some way in dreams, or there's just a sense you're getting some signs as well, some kind of nudges from the universe that communication might be incoming for this person. There could also be a degree of kind of fear or anxiety on your part with the Nine of Swords and the Devil, and also perhaps on this person's part about a lot of time having passed, about whatever words were spoken or what was said or done in the past, that it's going to be kind of difficult to come back from that, to kind of regain trust. A lot of truth is going to be necessary. If this was somebody who denied feelings or in some way just kind of made up excuses for pushing you away, moving away from this connection, they know that they're going to have to fess up about some things, to get really honest about their motivations, and perhaps some other factors, maybe outside parties or something tied to maybe kind of fear of opening themselves up to love again after some kind of a previous heartbreak, some kind of a fear of a codependent relationship maybe appearing again in their life. This could have been something in their past that they were still kind of dealing with some wounds from, trying to work through, or something just really kind of triggered them and kind of instigated this fear-based response of kind of the intensity of what they were feeling for you. This love, this urge to really give and participate was also bringing up kind of some of these unhealed wounds and kind of that fear response within them of not wanting to kind of fall into that same trap or repeat those same cycles. This can also talk about some cycles of self-defeating behavior, self-sabotage that this person is currently working on, or has worked through, has really cut themselves away from that. There could have been some kind of a focus on kind of success and money that was really driving this person. Perhaps the circumstances of your connection were really outside of the plans that they had orchestrated for themselves, this vision that they had for the future, or what they were working toward. And so despite having some deep and intense feelings for you, they almost felt that to kind of give into this connection would take them off that chosen path for themselves. And this has left them in an energy of regret, really kind of realizing that they made the wrong decision. That instead of kind of finding a way to work with this connection, maybe open up their life a little bit more, or to just kind of strategize and sort of think outside of the box as far as some other ways to really make time and space and put in the effort to kind of including this connection, making room, making space in their life for this connection, rather than just pushing it away, kind of judging things based on the superficial circumstances, or somebody who might have been, again, very goal-oriented, somebody who was investing a lot in their career and their finances. That was their central focus, and love was kind of the last thing on their mind. In the time since you last spoke with them, they could also be getting some kind of signs and nudges with this angel here on the Eight of Wands, from their spirit guides, from their higher self even, that is really urging them back in the direction of this connection, urging them to do what they can to really fix things, to correct this situation. Kind of realizing that their life is more full with you in it, that this connection could in fact be considered a source of inspiration, some truth here, that what they may have been fearing would have been just a repeat of a cycles of disappointment in love. It's being revealed as something true. Something in the realm of true love between the both of you, or it had the potential to grow into that, kind of this instantaneous connection with sort of these seeds, this potential to, again, given time and investment, two people mutually working toward overcoming obstacles, making the choice to consciously build with one another in a direction that's mutually satisfying, that they're coming to this realization that this connection had all the makings for success, that they may have just very quickly and abruptly and based on superficial circumstances or wounds of the past had judged this, pushed this away. And there's a sense of really wanting to kind of change course, change direction from whatever their actions or their words, the things that were said or done, what that yielded in this connection, to try and course correct, try and cut through some of that negativity, to kind of move you both away from the experiences of the past, to hopefully make a choice to start fresh, an offer that they would like to deliver, which hopefully you will accept, as they are thinking there's a little bit of anxiety that you won't, some fear that's kind of holding them back, but they seem to be kind of persisting and pushing through that. Again, something you might be picking up on energetically. You might be getting some signs or nudges that this person might be coming in. You could be anticipating this. This could also be somebody who has kind of gravitated in and out of your life, and it's about time for them to kind of cycle back around. This could be somebody where you come together, things are really good, and then circumstances or kind of difficulties or some distortions within the both of you have kind of propelled you both away from each other, kind of back and forth through several cycles of this. And so in terms of the timing, this could be close to the season, or kind of based on your previous experiences with them, about time for them to kind of reemerge, make a reappearance in your life. It does feel that there's some degree of changed energy, some cycles that you've been working on, kind of disconnecting within yourself as well, to really create the opportunity for kind of a different experience with this person, maybe responding to them in a different way if they come around, expecting truth, and kind of commitment that follows that, actions that sort of follow these honeyed words, as opposed to maybe just kind of acting upon impulse in this, or kind of this wishful thinking, kind of this energy of making a different choice this time around, setting some ultimatums, drawing a new line in the sand, which they must respond to in kind, through a display of changed behavior in order to really gain access to your life and to your heart this time around. So in terms of signs with the swords, we have air energy, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Wands is fire, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. With the pentacles, we have earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Cups is water, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. And with the devil, we have Capricorn. So now I'm going to read the channeled love letter from your person, group 1, and let's see, what do they have to tell you from their higher self. I will always fly to you across dreamscapes and landslides, beloved. I feel your heartbeat within me as intricately as mine. Jagged feelings are softened by your presence, and I can't help but be moved across a vista of awe when I contemplate the rhythm of our souls so intimately woven across the vast years. There are times when it is your eyes I am seeing through, and as my perspective shifts, I am gratefully humbled by the chance to know the world as you do. Do not search long or outwardly for me. I dwell forever within your heart. Our lives and all these colorful circumstances we face, the heaviness and the light, are simply the pillow we have chosen to alight upon for a time. Do not forget how surreal and temporary this all is, nor the eternity through which we dance. This is a familiar tune, us remembering each other through many lifetimes. I am always with you, waiting for you to lead me, asking you to trust and to follow. So I'm going to close this reading for you, group 1, with some initials. This can be first, middle, or last name of you or this person, or it can spell something out, whatever resonates for you. Okay, so we have D, H, C, E, N, O, S, V, Q, T, Z, M, and G. So those are your messages, and that is your channeled love letter, group 1. I hope that you like the reading and that the messages resonated with you. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading or a personalized channeled love letter, I offer both through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry and some divination tools in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking those out as well. So I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, group 2. You chose the fairy quartz. So this is your channeled love letter, and I will read that in just a minute. I'm going to start off with some tarot to get kind of a feel of the current energies between you and this person, kind of a sense of who they are to you, and some zodiac signs for group 2. Okay, so we have the Sun, 8 of Cups, 6 of Swords, the Lovers, 10 of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, 7 of Cups, and Justice. So this could definitely be somebody that you've been in a no contact situation with for quite some time with the 10 of Swords here. A lot of anxiety, a lot of kind of an energy of having waited for this person, waiting for perhaps an apology or the return of this person for quite some time. This could have been a situation that really left you with a sense of defeat, heartbreak that really was very difficult to overcome, that took some time to really free yourself from. Could have been something that really propelled you into a dark night of the soul. But it seems as though you've taken some steps, some pretty major steps, and have very successfully kind of turned the page in your life, sort of turned the chapter with the Wheel of fortune here. Really having put in a lot of work to move past some of the difficulties that you faced, to really reframe your thinking about the experience with this person with the Six of Swords, trying to cultivate an energy of gratitude for the lessons that this connection, that this experience with this person has taught you. Really working to kind of rebuild your self-esteem and your self-confidence, investing in yourself, making the choice to really embody self-love through healthy choices, including disconnecting from any kind of obsessive thinking or self-defeating thinking, any energy of really blaming yourself overly for what happened in this situation, or any feelings that you weren't good enough or were somehow insufficient, not what this person was looking for, despite whatever they may have said to you. That you put in this work to really kind of leave some of the past behind with this, kind of focusing on more of the happy memories with this person, and really making major strides toward distancing yourself from any kind of bitterness or, again, sadness, any kind of feeling of loss or despair, taking even steps perhaps to date other people, to open your heart to love again, really allowing this person the time and space, honoring their wishes, their request, to kind of travel their own path, to come to their own truth in their own time. This could be something as well where with the Lovers in Justice, the two of you could really be kind of this opposites attract energy, this kind of yin-yang energy, this very complementary energy, which at times your personalities, when you're kind of operating in this energy of distortion, it could almost be like oil and water, just a lot of clashing of very strong personalities, maybe ideologies as well. And at times where you really are in a good space in your life, or you're in a good space mentally, or you've really taken the time to kind of work through some things, then there's a lot of harmony, or a lot of potential for harmony within this connection. Definitely, if this is someone you'd be considering reconciliation with, the work that you've done on yourself is really helping to kind of advance this connection, energetically speaking, to that potential of when you come into contact with this person next, having a more favorable outcome, having a more favorable vibration to the circumstances than what you had last experienced with them. With the Sun card here, this definitely could be somebody that you see as wish fulfillment. The good times between you are really good, but then also, these fights and the way that this person knows just what buttons to push, just how to trigger you. Kind of the difficulties that you face have been very defeating as well. So it's kind of an energy of extremes and opposites as well. Both the elation and kind of the sense of deflation and defeat. With the Wheel of Fortune, this also feels like your story with this person is not done, that you may be on this in this kind of phase of your journey of really having to embark on this work within yourselves, and this understanding that you have now come to, that this chapter of separation it's very necessary in this connection, that kind of this balance within yourselves, the light and shadow aspects of self, kind of coming to terms with some experiences in the past, in other areas in romance, in your life, and be some inner child wounds and just things that you've experienced with this person. This is really work that it's kind of a solo mission. This is wisdom that one must gain. This almost reminds me of the Hermit here, and kind of that, again, that solo journey inward, that period of introspection where wisdom is then gleaned out of experiences and out of confusion. And this also speaks to a potential reemergence of this person in your life, or kind of the wheel turning to where you both are on the precipice of kind of coming back around, either to, kind of teach each other some new lessons, to kind of trigger and reveal some other layers of healing that are necessary for the both of you, or depending on the work that you have done on yourself to really disconnect from any kind of energy of expectation of outcomes. Doing work on self, not, again, with the expectation of somehow winning this person back, or really proving your worth to this person, but really having made the choice to invest in yourself, in your own well-being, knowing that energy of balancing oneself for oneself is really the recipe that is most conducive to the potential of a very happy new beginning with this person. And it could really go either way, depending on it seems like this person has done some work. They have really been in this period of kind of reflecting on the choices that they have made as well, kind of the actions they have taken and the ramifications that those actions and decisions have had in their life, both as related to this connection and in other ways throughout this person's experience. So they could also be in this period of deep introspection. It seems to be that you two are mirroring each other a lot in terms of what you're going through. It seems mostly at kind of the emotional and mental level here, although there could be some kind of exterior circumstances that are playing out that are really bringing things, kind of providing that perspective in terms of some emotional wounds that may have really been manifesting in terms of acting out some defensiveness, or just being kind of closed off and not really responding to one another's needs in a very appropriate and open fashion in the past. And then also kind of some of those emotional wounds and how that may also be kind of acting to the detriment of other relationships or other circumstances in your life. And then also kind of with all this air energy, this swords energy here, a lot of work being done in the mental space, a lot of reflection on what was said in the past as well, kind of the hurt feelings, and now this work that needs to be done to kind of move past that. Also some work on self-forgiveness that's taking place, really operating from a space of compassion and understanding that the best apology is changed behavior, but at the same time kind of moving out of this energy of being too harsh on oneself for the tools that you are operating with at the time. This awareness is coming, this enlightenment is coming, this kind of wisdom gained through the introspection is coming. And so now at this point in the journey, it's appropriate to kind of move forward, knowing what to do better, and kind of maintaining that elevated vibration by really walking the talk, really implementing some new even communication skills, even some things about, again, kind of self-talk, and so that sort of the narratives that we tell ourselves that then kind of have this ability to magnetize in experiences that are very much in alignment with that. Really working on kind of rewriting that script to understand that we are worthy and deserving of healthy and reciprocal love. We are, our needs are worthy and are worth being recognized by others, and to tolerate any less is in fact just a disservice to self, that we often teach people how to treat us. And so some boundaries, some assertiveness, some walking away from other relationships, friends, family, coworkers, other circumstances, habits, behaviors, lifestyle choices, all of these things could really be taken into consideration, could be a factor here. For some people, addiction could have been a factor, specifically to do with alcohol as a form of escapism, or just while drinking, a less desirable side, kind of a cruel and uncaring side of this person or of you or of the both of you could have really come out, to where the things that were said while under the influence, while inebriated, could definitely have been very cutting, and getting some perspective on that, on kind of the sort of the hurt words that were spoken, and kind of the aftermath of those decisions, to speak from a kind of a place of inhibition, and not really taking the needs of others into concern. With the Justice card here, this can also indicate somebody that you were at one point married to, or were perhaps even engaged to be married to, but that you've gotten a divorce from, or gone into some kind of a separation from. But this can definitely speak about, again, the story not being done between the both of you with the Wheel of Fortune, and kind of based on the work you've done on yourselves internally, the universe then providing another opportunity to meet up and either have a changed experience, or perhaps falling back into those same patterns, and kind of having another go around to do that introspection, and to have that opportunity to really course correct in a very profound and definitive way. So in terms of signs, with the sun, we have Leo. Cups is water energy, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. The swords is air, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. The lovers is Gemini. Justice is Libra. And the Wheel of Fortune for me as a reader is mutable energy, which is Pisces, Gemini, Virgo, and Sagittarius. So now I'm going to read the channeled love letter from your person, group 2, and let's see what do they have to say from their higher self. I replay in my mind's eye the first time that I saw you. So unexpectedly you shook me. How unaware you were at the time and still are of just how profoundly you moved me. I became aware at that moment of the dim light of my life compared to your technicolor vibration. I have sought you quietly and with loud shouts ever since. If you feel with your heart, you will come into the knowing that I have never left you. How breathtaking it has been to witness you spread your wings and take flight, to watch you soar beyond the limits of who you thought you were when I first came to know of you. I would like to say I planned all of this, that it was always my intention to hand you the key to your own salvation. But my dear, you have far surpassed my expectations of the radiance that was just waiting to bloom from within. Love is no longer a theory to me, it is the answer. Thank you for painting the sky so beautifully for me with your glorious light. So I'm going to finish this reading for you, group 2, with some initials. This can be first, middle, or last name of you or this person, or it can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. All right, so we have B, W, Q, S, E, H, V, K, I, F, M, J, A, O, and U. So those are your messages, and that is your channeled love letter, group 2. I hope that you enjoyed the reading and that the messages resonated with you. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading or a personalized channeled love letter, I offer both through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry and some divination tools in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking those out as well. So I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, group 3. You chose the Cobra, Jasper. So this is your channeled love letter, and I will read that in just a moment. I'm going to start with some tarot to get kind of a feel of the current energies between you and this person, some clues about who they are to you, and some zodiac signs for group 3. Okay, so we have the High Priestess, 2 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, the World, Wheel of Fortune, the Lovers, the Hanged Man, and the Hierophant. So just right away with all of this major arcana out here, 6 of the 8 cards, this has been a pretty intense connection. This connection has made a very major impact on your life and on this person's life with the High Priestess and the Hierophant. Definitely a very profound spiritual layer to this connection. There could have really been a spiritual awakening that was instigated through meeting this person with both the 2 of Cups and the Lovers. This can definitely be a high-level soulmate, a twin flame, somebody that you have had many lifetimes with, you've incarnated with many times and in many different forms. And kind of the purpose of the experience that you're having with this person at this time, with the World and the Wheel of Fortune, is to really wrap up some cycles, some things that you may have both carried over from other lifetimes, some unfinished business, kind of an unfinished symphony between the both of you, a love story that for whatever reason was maybe cut short in other lifetimes, kind of a sense also in this lifetime of kind of what the experience that you've had with each other, that this not being the end of the story, that there's still so much more to experience with this person, a sense of knowing that you will see them again, kind of this inevitability that it feels that despite what's happening, despite with this 5 of Pentacles, a period that you might be kind of on the outskirts of one another's lives, going through a lot of changes, a lot of shifts, maybe a lot of things falling away from your life, both individually and together. Kind of raising your vibration, really introspecting, learning about yourself, getting in alignment with your life's path, with your purpose, really diving deep into even kind of the purpose of this connection, why you've met this person, kind of feeling into and riding those waves of ascension as they are coming in, and kind of this sense of knowing that this is all for a larger purpose. There's a greater significance to this connection. This can be something also which again has really sparked a spiritual awakening in both of you. To some level you may have been kind of religious or spiritual to some degree before, but definitely since interacting with this person, it's kicked things up to a very extreme level for the both of you. It's really opened up some of your spiritual gifts as well, really awakened some things, heightened your connection with your higher self, with your spirit team, kind of made you more aware of sort of your place in the universe and the inner kind of interconnectedness, the intertwined nature of reality of the two of you and of consciousness in general. This can definitely be something where again, there's kind of some major cycles that you have triggered within each other, some wounds that even kind of this period of silence or separation, some abandonment wounds or kind of feelings of loss that you've carried over lifetime after lifetime that the circumstances that have played out between the both of you up to this point in this experience in this incarnation have really been with the purpose to kind of unearth these things, to face these things, to face those shadows within self, really transcend these obstacles, overcome these things, realize the unification of your soul that exceeds kind of the limitations of 3D reality. Major work, some major clearing, also some kind of generational things that might be coming up. Doing a lot of clearing. You could be somebody, both of you, who are surrounded by a lot of kind of difficulties and challenges that may have kind of cropped up recently, or a lot of people and circumstances in your life are really, I feel, for the purpose of kind of resolving some unfinished things with some of these other souls. And you can call that kind of karmic in nature, but karma only in kind of a very loose definition in terms of things that were not resolved, things that had played out previously with these same kind of souls or in similar series and circumstances that for whatever reason there wasn't the time or the choice wasn't made to kind of come to a resolution, come to a conclusion with these things. And so they've all kind of carried over. It's almost like working overtime in this lifetime to clear up some things from the past, to kind of create some resolution, some kind of finality, or to really balance out the energy, not just between the two of you, but with others in your life as well, within your family, within your friends, people that you're encountering, even kind of the way in which you occupy your space in the world. You may resonate as a light worker, as a starseed, an indigo child, an empath. In some way you feel very much outside of kind of the norm, outside of the herd mentality, even with this kind of heightened spiritual awareness and sensitivity that might kind of put you on the outskirts of other people, to where it could be very difficult to find resonant souls within your family, within your community. Kind of a feeling of isolation sometimes, and really having to, again, kind of turn within for that, kind of lean on your higher self, lean on your spirit team, kind of coming to this realization that, this kind of the difficulties that you're having in interpersonal relationships are a feeling of just not really having anyone you really resonate with very deeply, that you can discuss these things with, that you can even discuss spirituality with. It's kind of all for the purpose of, this being a very almost kind of a private endeavor, information that's for your eyes only, kind of a realization and understanding, stepping into that kind of highest vibration of who you are in order to emanate that out into the world around you, to kind of influence change or instigate healing in others, sometimes in the form of triggering others, but definitely things being triggered within yourself, for the purposes, again, of really facing these shadows and overcoming these things. This person could also, again, this feels like an energy of kind of mirroring one another. So in different ways, you're walking parallel paths. A lot of things coming up for this person as well to kind of close out some cycles, some patterns, maybe even some cycles of codependency within themselves, kind of people pleasing in order to maintain the status quo, and kind of putting their own needs secondary in order to ensure kind of the harmony of the relationship for others, feeling that they can't really express themselves, that they have to kind of put on some kind of mask or kind of act in sort of an inauthentic way, not standing in that truth fully, in order to kind of preserve relationships in their life, or not feeling very accepted and understood, feeling very much like an outsider, kind of a stranger in the crowd, even amongst, friends or family or people they've known for a long time. Maybe this person's always felt this way, or since this kind of spiritual awakening, they're seeing that they're not really in resonance with people, situations, and things that may have at one time been very much in alignment with them. And there could be a lot of telepathy going on here, definitely connecting with this person in the higher realms. I feel both of you are, to a pretty major degree, cognizant of this soul connection, of this dynamic. Now, whether this person has, gotten so far in their experience and their research to come across terms like soulmate and twin flame, whether they have really delved into that and are resonating with that or not, if they're not at that place in their journey, or that's not necessarily part of what they are to experience, and the knowledge and the understanding and kind of the learning that they are to encounter in this incarnation. It feels, obviously, if you're here watching this this reading to some degree or another you are knowledgeable of or resonate with, or have at least come across terms like that. And so at a vibrational level, though, you both are really very much on the same page at this point in time. You very much have come into alignment. The energies are coming into alignment with really understanding kind of the magnitude of this connection, the significance of this connection, and the feeling of kind of home or safety or kinship that is experienced at the soul level between the both of you, that is very much being contrasted to other relationships that this person has had previously, or other people that are in their life currently. And so this definitely feels like an energy of gravitating back toward each other, divergent paths sort of narrowing, coming closer into one another's orbit. So the telepathy could be increasing, dreams of this person could be increasing, you could be feeling them energetically around you. And it definitely seems to be a situation, again, with all this major arcana that is on, something big is shifting at this point in time within this connection. Some major kind of epiphany, seeing things from a new perspective, gaining this higher kind of awareness of what's going on. Somebody who might have also really kind of tried to push away this connection, or kind of tried to resist the spiritual awakening in the past, and kind of what was being activated and coming into their awareness. This feels like somebody who's in this energy of surrender to the process, trusting in this, and coming to deeply appreciate and feel very much blessed, where this may have at one time felt like a burden. This is moving into this energy of feeling very blessed to have encountered you again and be cognizant of you in this lifetime. Someone who is really kind of transitioning into this energy, and perhaps you as well, of being very grateful for this experience with this person, being very grateful to have this person to work with as a team on the energetic level, supporting one another and challenging one another in equal measure, to kind of close out some of these cycles and to really dig deep and come into that awareness within self, really kind of acknowledge and work on it and seek to kind of build the spiritual aspect of self. It feels like in this lifetime for the both of you, that's kind of the biggest sort of theme here, is the spiritual self. And while, material goals and lessons of that nature and kind of accomplishments of that nature are important, I mean, that's part of the 3D existence, it feels that this lifetime, definitely a big theme, a theme in relationships, or just kind of what experiences have sort of propelled you both into emotionally, and even energetically, is kind of this cultivation of the spiritual self, this acknowledgement of the spiritual self, of the soul beyond the confines of kind of the 3D existence, and understanding love and connection and relationships on a level that, is far outside of the bounds of what people are traditionally kind of taught to believe, or what the consensus is about the nature of love, and connection in general. So in terms of signs, with the High Priestess, we have Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. The Cups is water energy, again, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. With the Pentacles, we have Earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. The World, for me as a reader, is fixed energy, Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, and Scorpio. Wheel of Fortune is mutable energy, Pisces, Gemini, Virgo, and Sagittarius. The Lovers is Gemini, the Hanged Man is Pisces, and the Hierophant is Taurus. So now I'm going to read the channeled love letter from your person, group 3. And let's see, what do they have to say from their higher self? Like the seasons and the wind, we move together as one, each refracting light from our own facets in unique and compatible ways. There is a symbiosis to our souls and our journeys that defies logic and words. I am helplessly aware of the patterns which link us, and it helps me to remember the promise we made long before we stepped into this flesh. We are together in this. We are never alone. Through winding roads, we gravitate back to one another. At times, the way is clear. Sometimes the route revealed only through trust. Ebbing and flowing, I breathe you in and feel myself surging through your words. The two of us vehicles for the expression of this one true divine love. So let us take the time to bask in these sunshine hours and give the rain showers a break for a while. Suspended in this forever moment called now, there is no one else I would rather experience the changing face of time with, nor the immutable currency of love. So I'm going to close this reading for you, group 3, with some initials. This can be first, middle, or last name of you or this person, or it can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. All right, so we have H, L, A, S, E, V, F, D, N, X, I, B, and Z. So those are your messages, and that is your channeled love letter, group 3. I hope that the reading resonated with you and that you resonated with the messages. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you would like a personal reading or a personalized channeled love letter, I offer both through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry and some divination tools in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking those out as well. So I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.